morning, it's Zipporah. It's May 2nd, 7:19 in the morning. I'm about to weigh myself. Here's the scale. Well, matter of fact, let me show my old weight. I've lost 35.4 pounds. That's all I know so far. But it's not showing my old weight. It's supposed to show my old weight. Sometimes my son messes with stuff. But anyway, I don't think I was 193 the last time I saw you guys. So I'm going to... all it's telling me is that well, anyway, let me get on. This camera picks up weight, so I'm going to set it down for a second. Okay, I'm at 196.8. Let's do that again. I'm sorry. It went too fast. I haven't used this camera in a while. I've forgotten how to use it pretty much. An error. Wonderful. Now I'm going to have to do all this editing. Okay, I hope you can see that. Come on, focus. What's going on? Oh, Jesus. What? This camera picks up weight. That's why I have to keep putting it down. Okay, there you go. Come on, focus, focus, focus. Okay, y'all see that? Please see that. 196.8. Okay. Hey, this is Zipporah. I'm going to do my body shot. I hope you guys can see. I didn't... Here's the front. I'm not going to be able to take pictures. I can't find my remote. Here's a side view. Ooh, I hope ain't nothing sticking out back here. These aren't exactly the best. Okay, I hope that took quickly. I'll explain everything when I get back, where I've been and all that. Oh, come on. 41, 39, and 46. Hi, it's Zipporah. Today is May 2nd, 2011. God, it's been a while since I did a video. Well, I'm back and I have good news and bad news. The bad news is the last time that I did a video, I believe I weighed 197.4 that I actually published for you all. I've went down to 193 since then. But the bad news is I really haven't lost any weight since then. And I'm really disappointed about it. That's been, what, 4 months ago. I could have been really, really close to my goal by now. But unfortunately, life just happened, and I'll try to explain for those who have been writing to me, where have you been? Well, the good news is I really haven't gained any weight either. If you all didn't know, I started off at 235 pounds. 1 minute. Sorry about that. Well, the good news is I haven't, I started off at 235 pounds. So I've basically lost that 35 pounds and, well, a little bit more than that. And I've maintained it. So at least that's good. I could have not only stopped losing weight, but I could have gained the weight back that I've lost. So I've kind of maintained it at 193. You're going to see me on the scale at 196, but that's because I ate poorly yesterday and tomorrow, so it'll be back down to 193. So anyway, I've kind of stayed at 193, so I'm going to look at it in that manner instead of being disappointed. Anyway, life just happened to me. You know, I was miserable pretty much. I was living in an apartment, and I've already been robbed by a previous neighbor. We got them out the building, and then somebody else moved in the building, and an older lady who needed to go to bed at 7 o'clock. And you know, I have a son, and you know, he's very he's a kid. And then, you know, he was diagnosed too with the sensory integration disorder. So he's have to be moving around and jumping, and she couldn't stand that. You know, when she first moved in the building, I was really, really nice and neighborly, even though the previous tenants did what they did. I'm just who I am. I welcomed her to the building, gave her my phone number, you know, and what did I do that for? She started just calling me every day. Oh, I need to, you know. So I sat down and talked to her. You know, what time do you need to go to bed? I need to go to bed at 7 because I have to get up at 5 and blah, 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 blah. And so, you know, I started, you know, putting my son to bed early, and then, you know, he'll, you know, I would literally just be sitting there holding him, you know, so she could get some sleep or whatever. And we didn't go to bed until 9. So then he'd start waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning. So it was to the point where I was coming to my own home and just not being happy. And so, but I just dealt with it, and, you know, I really, really wanted to live in a home. You have a child, you know, especially, you know, a really active child. I mean, it's best to be in a home because then they can make noise or whatever, but and you're not disturbing anybody else. So I don't expect the child to just sit up all day, whether they have a disorder or not. They're not going to do that. We can't make them be adults. So anyway, the last straw, I have a caregiver. You know, I'm with my son all the time, pretty much, except when he goes to school for 3 hours. And I have a caregiver, the only one that I liked from the agency that could only come on Saturdays. And I guess my son was jumping, and I get back home, and this woman has left this message about how she's going to call the police because the baby was jumping. You know, I've already been putting the baby to bed early for her during the weekdays, and then now Saturday she wants to complain. And I'm like, you know what? I got really upset and wrote a letter to her and the landlord. And after I did that, I didn't mail it. I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to find the good in this. I've been really studying all of Dr. Waddle's stuff, the science of being rich, the science of being great. And, you know, it talks about, you know, how everything is you know, seeing the good in all things. But I don't want to get into that. So I said to myself, there's a message here. People are not just normally evil. You know, all things work together for the good. So I said, I'm going to see the good in this. And what I saw is that lady, instead of looking at her as a monster or devil that's ruining my life, I said to myself, you know, as a poor, you really want to be in a home anyway. You really need to be in a home. And I've just been so tired of moving, until I just was, you know, and I'm like thinking to myself, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford it. You know, when my son got sick, I had to come off my job. And from then on, I've been, you know, kind of doing things at home and building a business at home so that I can be home with him, at least until he goes to school full time. So anyway, but I was scared. I was scared I would not be able to afford a home. So I just kind of stayed there. I wanted to move the prior year, but I just stayed there because I'm like, if I'm going to move to another apartment, what's the point? I'm going to go through the same problem with a different person. And so, but anyway, I really began to deal with my fear. I ended up going to a counselor, these people that do home ownership stuff, and this lady ended up, you know, talking to me about fear. And you know, you never know, there's some nice houses out there with the way the real estate market is. You know, you can find people renting their homes, you know, for pretty much what you're paying for an apartment. So anyway, I moved ahead and moved forward, and to make a long story short, I ended up finding a nice home for me and my son that's somewhat in my budget. It's a little bit more than what I was doing before, but at least, you know, we have our privacy now. My son can be a kid. I can go to sleep, and I am so much happier. It was just so hard for me to focus on my diet when I was really, really, really miserable and unhappy like that. And then the other couple of month or so, I've been, you know, working to find this house. So that's what happened. Not that it's an excuse, but that's really what happened. The best that I could do at the time, I guess, was just to maintain my weight. So Really couldn't focus on it that much. Everything went into I got to get out of here. So that's what happened. But today I'm really not prepared to do videos because I don't have my lighting set up. Some things are still packed up. You know, I like to take those pictures so to show before and after. I'm not going to be able to do that right now. But then again, I realized that doing YouTube was part of my accountability, and that really made me stay on even more so, because I had to be accountable to other people. And so I just decided to go ahead and start recording the video. It'll get better as I get lights set up and all this other stuff. But for now, I'm back, and I'm basically starting again, I guess. So I'm starting from, I got on the scale. Well, you'll see the scale in the Bodyshot a little bit later. It'll probably be a little dark. Like I said, I don't have all my equipment together. Can't find my tripod right now. But anyway, I'm back. I'm happy to be back, and got a lot to say. And so you guys, you'll be seeing me soon. And I'm back on the road to taking control of my life. I just had to stop and take control of my living situation first. So now that that's taken care of, we should be ready to lose weight all over again. All right then. Thanks, y'all.